Thursday. I can't believe it's already the last show of the week. I'm Alexi Interchat.
And I'm Gabe Evans. You're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss. Coming up tonight, your mental health matters, and hopefully Ole Miss has the resources to help. Stay tuned to find out about how an organization that's here to help.
And later on, poetry and music. The two go hand in hand, especially here in Oxford.
So the idea is that the poem is read and then a short piece that illustrates the poem in some way is performed.
Campus has certainly been busy this week.
Yes, it really has. With all of the SAA events going on at the Union, there's been so much to do. But Gabe, I have a very important question. Did you get to make a Grove squirrel?
I did not get to make a Grove squirrel. The line was long and I just missed it.
I completely understand. Well, not only has this been a week full of fun events, but it's also been absolutely beautiful outside.
I could not agree more. Let's send it over to William Trailer for a look at our current conditions. William?
Well, if you can't decide whether you should turn on your heater or your air conditioner, you're not alone, and it will be that way for at least the next few days. It's 81 degrees right now, but tomorrow our high is going to be only 61 degrees after some showers come through tonight. I'll have more in your full forecast coming up shortly. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, William, for that current conditions update. Now, speaking of weather, our environmental club has been blooming recently.
That's right. Let's hand it over to NewsWatch reporter Sky Boyko for more about it.
This past Wednesday, our Environmental Coalition hosted its annual EcoFest. This is a chance to get to hear directly from students attempting to make a change in our environment.
The Environmental Coalition is a student organization on campus that aims to promote environmentalism and sustainability. And so our group really tries to cultivate a culture of caring about the environment and knowing how we impact the environment. So we try to host weekly meetings, we do fun events like EcoFest, we also do volunteering opportunities, but that's what the Environmental Coalition is.
So a lot of anthropology is studying how people interact with their environment. So of course something like EcoFest is really important for us to participate in, because to understand culture and to understand how humans have lived, we need to understand our environments.
I decided to come to EcoFest this year because I think now more than ever we need to start caring. We need to start actively caring for the environment.
Yeah, we just thought it'd be a great opportunity to connect with the community, especially the eco community.
I work for Campus Recreation Outdoors, and our program is just centered around serving students and trying to get them outside.
So EcoFest is a way to celebrate the actions that everyone is taking and promote their organizations so that everyone gets equal exposure and so that we can, divert our resources to everyone that needs them.
This is Sky Boyko reporting for NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Ole Miss Giving Day was a success. The university and many campus departments and organizations are reaping the benefits of your generosity.
As part of these days of giving, Chancellor Glenn Boyce announced a new initiative expanding the Ole Miss Opportunity Scholarship Program that will be aimed at covering some textbook costs for students.
The scholarship will cover $1,200 of the annual textbook cost. The campaign's goal is to raise $275,000 by the end of June and continue this each year.
For more information on supporting this initiative, contact Brett Barefoot by email or by phone. And if you're a music fan, make sure to listen up. Tonight, the Mississippians Jazz Ensemble will perform at the Band Hall at 7:30. The Mississippians is an 18-piece band that has toured both France and Spain. They are led by Michael Worthy and are made up of Ole Miss undergraduate and graduate students. This event is free and open to the public.
Hopefully you guys get to enjoy some of that music tonight, but let's take a second to recap the wellness fair that was on campus this week.
Yes, let's hand it over to our NewsWatch reporter, Abigail Geisick, for more.
William McGee Center is a student wellness center. It's a holistic student wellness center. We do programs, services, presentations, educational workshops around 9 dimensions of wellness. And we also focus on alcohol and other drug education and harm reduction. Student Wellness Fair is our annual signature event where we bring a lot of our campus partners together and community partners that are all focused on some aspect of student wellness. So those 9 dimensions of wellness that I referenced, which range from emotional, mental wellness, physical wellness, intellectual, occupational, a range. So for instance, for occupational wellness, we have the Career Center here. So we try to bring people together that are uniquely focused on those different wellness areas so that students are aware of what support systems are in place for them both on campus and in the community.
For me, the Student Wellness Fair is an opportunity to get out of myself and learn more about mental health, wellness, and just taking care of myself in its entirety.
The Student Wellness Fair is an opportunity for students to learn about some of the health resources they have to them on campus and off campus. And we also have some giveaways for things that can help students achieve a healthy lifestyle.
For them to know what resources are available, like again, across numerous aspects of wellness. Because I feel like, and I think we all share the belief, that if students are sort of on their A game in all 9 of those areas, they're more likely to be successful in college. But if any area, so for instance, financial wellness is one of our dimensions. If a student is struggling financially, that can impact them academically, right? If they're worried about stuff. So we provide education and support and resources around all of these areas so that the student can feel like they're their best self when they're coming to class, and that they can really focus on why they're here, which is to get that education, get that degree, and walk across that stage in 4 years.
This is Abigail Gasek reporting for NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Maj for a Cause is hosting their first fundraiser benefiting Doors of Hope. Maj for a Cause uses the game of Mahjong to give back to the local community. Their partnership with Doors of Hope will help raise money for homeless and at-risk families in Lafayette County through providing life skills training, mentoring, and supportive housing. In addition to the inaugural event tomorrow at The Graduate, funds are also being raised through the purchase of Mahjong-themed pouches created by Shop Embellished Oxford.
Last week we talked about pickleball taking Oxford by storm, and that is even more evident this week as the city prepares for the Smash Cancer Pickleball Tournament. As you can see on your screen, the tournament will be taking place tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Oxford Activity Center, and there will be 3 divisions you can register for. All proceeds will benefit the Baptist Cancer Center's Jerry and Mary Lexa Patient Assistance Fund.
That tournament sounds like an absolute blast, especially with all this beautiful weather that we've been having.
For sure. I mean, the weather really cannot decide what it's going to do, but really glad temperatures are warming up, and you don't want to miss out on some important national news updates and a film festival held right here in Oxford. We'll be right back after this break.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
NewsWatch is a student-run newscast that goes live every week, Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock.
NewsWatch is more than just a college team. It is an immersive learning experience. You learn certain skills that help you in your future journalism career.
RedWatch is just a cool experience because I want to do something in the sports world, so just to get the chance to do that on a platform like this, it's just a great opportunity.
We are the only live station in the Oxford Lafayette area, with Tupelo being the closest. We cover all local news.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Red.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of Hotty Toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. The annual Oxford Conference for Book Lovers has opened its doors once again. The event was full of planned activities and notable speakers. So let's take a look at reporter Caitlin Salas for more details about this gathering.
The Oxford Conference for the Book held its 31st program, specifically with a night called After Songs, an evening of poetry and music. This helped honor many poets from all over the country.
I'm a retired professor of poetry writing at UNC Chapel Hill, Professor Michael Rowlett of the music department at Ole Miss is a former poetry student of mine at Chapel Hill. He gave some of my poems to Price Walden, who's a composer here in Oxford.
Sponsored by the Center for the Study of Southern Culture at the University of Mississippi, this conference is a commitment to inclusiveness and diversity to create a great literary community. This specific event honored how poetry can be illustrated by music, and it has shown how sharing poetry can lead to lifelong connections, especially locally in Oxford.
The Mississippi Arts Commission gave us a grant for him to write this piece, for me to play. We wanted it to be based around poems. So the idea is that the poem is read and then a short piece that illustrates the poem in some way is performed.
The way of storytelling through poetry and music was the idea of tonight's concert. It also consisted of a variety of different programs with many different pieces of storytelling and ideas.
Program tonight is divided into two halves. The first half is a celebration done by Valerie Coleman of Langston Hughes' poetry, and the second half is after songs celebrating the work of Cecil. I can't think of his last name now, but he graduated from the Honors College too. So we're really excited about tonight, and I'll be reading the poems of Langston Hughes.
What a great evening celebrating Oxford Conference for the Book. Here in Nutt Auditorium, I'm Caitlin Salas, and you're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss.
President Trump's tariffs will significantly impact American wallets, according to new research. Despite rolling back some important taxes, the remaining tariffs will still hit middle-class households with a $3,500 yearly price tag. Lower-income families will feel an even heavier burden, with these costs representing a larger percentage of their total income. Economists warn these tariffs could slow economic growth and raise prices on everyday items as companies pass these costs on to consumers. A major federal budget plan may pass the House today. That could shape health care and Social Security programs in the future. Republicans say the plan won't cut Medicaid or Social Security for those who qualify, but the Democratic Party isn't so sure. It calls for under $80 billion in cuts, and analysts say Medicaid could be on the line, despite promises to quote and refine it. Now all eyes are on the House, where a final vote could determine the future of multiple federal aid programs. The debate over daylight savings time continues in Washington, with health experts making their case to lawmakers. Medical professionals are warning that permanent daylight saving time could have serious consequences for public health.
First, the spring's clock change to daylight saving time is bad, but permanent daylight savings time is worse. Second, year-round standard time is the natural, healthy choice promoting physical health, mental health, performance, and safety. Third, history supports that permanent standard time is the only viable solution to end seasonal clock change.
Congress has previously attempted to end the twice-yearly time changes, but lawmakers remain divided on whether to follow a permanent standard time or permanent daylight saving time. Now I'm going to return it back to you at the desk, Alexia and William.
Thank you so much, Gabe. Well, let's hope lawmakers will come to a decision on that soon. Well, coming up, we'll have all the latest updates on weathers heading into the weekend. But before we head to break, William, can you tell us a little bit of what we can expect to see tonight?
Absolutely. And no matter what happens with daylight savings times, we will still have storms in April, just like we're going to have tonight. A few scattered showers coming in this evening and a big temperature drop off. And I'm going to tell you all about that right after the break. We'll be right back.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy told him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Because I love you. I want to be your only guy.
Because I love you, skip class with me. Let's stay in bed today.
Because I love you, I just want to be with you so freaking much.
Because I love you.
I waited for you after Chem Lab.
You were walking with Mark?
Because I love you.
You shouldn't be hanging out with that dude.
You should know how dumb that makes me look. I don't care if she's your lab partner.
Why do you have texts from him?
Because I love you. This number?
Delete.
Because I love you. This Jason number?
Delete.
And Ben?
Delete.
Because I love you, I should smash your phone.
I'll let you give me your password instead.
Because I love you.
I will check your texts every day.
You got lucky. Because I love you. Because I love you.
You think it's okay?
Because I love you. You understand.
Because I love you, you stop talking to your classmates. And you feel completely alone.
Because I love you. That's not love.
Well, jackets in the morning and they're coming off by noon and it's going up to 81 degrees. We are used to this story here in the South. Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm William Traylor with Stormwatch. A pretty warm day today. After all the storms came through last week, we cooled down for just a minute and now we're right back up. And guess what? That same cycle is going to happen again, but by now we're probably used to this cycle. Today we have seen temperatures all over the place and this actually should be the highs, but this is the lows. So expect this for your midday tonight, or excuse me, for your evening tonight. 68 here in Oxford, 69 Holly Springs, 69 South Haven. That's about where we're going to be once these storms this evening start rolling in. That is our primary concern. It'll actually drop even lower than this once those clouds get into our area. And tonight we're going to look at a low of 47 degrees. So up and down and up and down. That is again the story for weather here in the South in springtime. That's just what we get. 75% chance of precipitation here after 7 p.m. Those storms are going to roll in and then roll out tomorrow afternoon. You're going to have a bit of some cloudy skies tomorrow, but you know, that's just kind of what we expect for one day. The rest of the weekend is going to be gorgeous. 65 degrees tomorrow, a bit of a deviation from what we had today with our 80-degree highs. So that's going to lead us into the highs of the mid-60s. 66 in South Haven, 64 in South Haven, 66 in Holly Springs, 65 down here in Oxford. And as we go further into the week, we're going to see more of those sunny skies because like we're showing here, we have no precipitation in Mississippi. This is all basically sunshine, but like I said a minute ago, at 7 p.m., this system that we see here in western Tennessee, this will kind of move its way down. As you see, one of those rare southern moving storms is going to come down into the Memphis area, come down into Oxford, and that is going to impact us for our evening and for just a little bit of tomorrow. But again, your plans this weekend, they're going to be well complemented by the great weather that we're going to have. So I want to show just a couple other things about last week. If you can see, we have had 78 tornado warnings issued this year alone. Last year in 2024, there were a total of a little over 1,700 tornadoes reported in the United States all over the country, and we are already 21% of the way there to that goal for 2025. So we will probably see the rest of those around September or after September. But to end that, you're going to at least have a gorgeous sight to see tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have our April pink moon. That is going to be the smallest full moon of the entire year. And if you can see it, it's going to have just a hue of pink to it. So once those clouds roll out, you may want to walk outside, see if you can catch a glimpse of that once yearly pink moon that's going to be in our area. You might enjoy it. So let's look at our 5-day temperatures one more time. We're going to go from 65 on Friday, and that's going to be the case over the weekend. We're going to go up just a little bit for your Sunday and Monday, and then Tuesday, that's going to go right back down to the 60s. So spring is in full swing with those 60s to 80s and somewhere in that area. That is your 5-day forecast, and that is weather for this Thursday evening. We'll be right back with Newswatch.
The funny thing about Hannah is she never crawled. She skipped it entirely. Went straight to walking, that one. Running. Well.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
She was such an eager little girl.
Thank you.
Guess she was always looking for the next amazing thing. I know that Hannah loved every one of you.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you driven by purpose? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the change makers. We are the Peace Corps. With volunteers in more than 60 countries, we join hands with communities, live together, work together, transform lives, and serve boldly together. Are you ready to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Think fake cosmetics are tested and safe? Think again. Think that medicine you can buy off social media is high quality? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Welcome back, Rebs. I'm Caroline Dardo with Sports Watch. Our number 6 Rebs protected their name as baseball hosted Alcorn State in an impressive and program historical 29 runs compared to their opponent's 1 run. Ethan Surowick would have had his first career home run as a Rebel, delivering 3 runs blast to the left, taking the Rebels to their new single-game record for most runs scored by an Ole Miss team in program history. If you missed last night's game, the Rebels are hosting Tennessee this weekend for an exciting series that starts tomorrow night at 6:30. First pitch for Saturday is set for 4 and Sunday is set for 2. If you're unable to watch the Rebels from the stands, you can watch it on SEC Network Plus Friday and Saturday and SEC Network on Sunday. This weekend, the men's team is hosting number 11 Mississippi State and Mississippi Valley State to conclude their regular season tomorrow. 3 weeks ago, Rebels Isaac Stromberg and Kai Milborn made noise on the doubles court after taking down Auburn's number 13 pair, Billy Blades and Will Nolan, capturing a 7-6 win. Come support the Rebels tomorrow night at 5 at the Palmer Saloon Outdoor Tennis Center and enjoy some crawfish and maybe win a We Run the Sip pint glass in the giveaway. Taking it to a different kind of court, volleyball reveals their SEC schedule for this upcoming season. The Rebels are ready to return to play after their historic 2024 season. The field contains 15 SEC teams, with 1 for each university after the return of Vanderbilt's volleyball program. Ole Miss will host 7 of their SEC matchups. The Rebels will hit the road starting on September 26th to take on Arkansas as their first conference game, immediately followed by a game in Norman, first time since Oklahoma joined the SEC on September 26th. Their first home game will be the following weekend, where they're welcoming Kentucky and Auburn on October 3rd and 5th. In the following weeks, they travel across the South and will host Tennessee, Texas, Texas A&M, Alabama, and finish their conference play against Florida before the SEC tournament from November 21st to 25th. Keeping it local this weekend, softball's also hosting a weekend series against SEC opponent Florida. The number 17 Rebs struck often and early, achieving a 12-0 victory in 5 innings over UT Martin on Tuesday evening here at home. Lexi Brady had a huge hand in the win after launching 2 home runs and 5 RBIs for the Rebels. Miley Gucciano struck out 8 of the Skyhawks to secure the win. With Tuesday night's win, the Rebels have now reached 30 wins in the fastest time in program history. The Gators are also coming into the weekend hot, where 8 of the Gators' 13 runs were scored off of 4 home runs, including none other than Alabama transfer Kinley Callahan, who already hit 9 home runs this season to match her career total entering the portal. Game 1 is tomorrow at 6 p.m., Saturday at 2, and finishing the series on Sunday at 1 p.m. All games will be aired on SEC Network Plus. And that's all I've got for sports. Be sure to stay tuned and follow us on our socials, and tune into our sports talk show Rebel Watch tomorrow at 5 on YouTube. NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority, filling up something far more important than any feed. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day, with understanding, empathy, and compassion, leaving hate to become what it truly is, a whisper.
Hi, I'm Woodsy Owl. In order to try and stop pollution, we need more help. So, help Woodsy spread the word. Come on, never be a dirty bird. No matter where you go, you can let some people know to give a hoot, don't pollute. Never be a dirty bird. In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Lately, I've been seeing students all across campus drinking these new Olipop and Poppy sodas. So y'all know I just had to try them. Both Poppy and Olipop are prebiotic sodas that claim to improve gut health. Olipop has more fiber than Poppy, but their nutrients are pretty much the same. They both use primarily fruit juice for flavoring and have low sugar content. The key difference, though, is Olipop is carbonated water, while Poppy is sparkling water. I will be trying the Poppy flavor Raspberry Rose first. Let's crack it open and see how it tastes. Okay, I kind of like that one. It definitely can taste like the rosé, and a little bit of the raspberry. Let's move on to Olipop. I would rate this one, the Raspberry Rosé, I would rate it a 6 out of 10, honestly. Olipop, Strawberry Vanilla. Let's open it. Let's see. Woo, okay. I definitely taste that strawberry and vanilla. Definitely more flavor for this one. I like that part of it, so I would rate it a 8 out of 10. Let's go with this one. All right, and don't worry, I brought y'all some too. So tell me, what do y'all think?
Let's take a look.
Okay, yeah.
This one's not my favorite.
See, I'm a really big fan. I really like this one.
Really?
I like the kick that this one has.
Okay.
In it.
Okay,
You can tell it's sparkling.
Yeah.
Let's try this next one here.
Yeah.
This one's definitely better. Okay,
Really?
we have different
That
taste
is not
buds.
my cup of tea.
It's definitely carbonated. Like it's smoother. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the vanilla that's smoothing it out, but I really
Well, that
love
was
these.
a
Love that.
great little segment there. So that's all we have for tonight. Make sure to tune in next week. I'm Alexi Intercheck.
And I'm Gabe Evans with your latest news.
I'm Caroline Dardo with Sports Watch.
And with entertainment, I'm Logan Kennedy.
Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in next week at 5.
NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and
Keep it local.
Y'all have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers.